Welcome to the Roncevalles Report. My name is Monte Burris. I work with the WB Group at Keller Williams Referred Urban, and I am a High Park Roncesvalles specialist. In this Roncevalles Report, leading up to the Easter long weekend, I don't have many new listings to offer you today, as very few people put their places on the market ahead of a long weekend, but I do have a couple sold and a couple that are hanging on the market. We're going to talk about those and why they're still out there. First of all, let's address the solds. 322 Sorauren was a 2.5-story detached on the north end of Sorauren, directly across from the Robert Watson lofts. I liked this property for a couple of reasons. It had lots of light and some really interesting and quirky artifacts. Looks like they'd done a lot of their home decorating compliments of Addison's down the street. What I didn't like about this property was its location and the state of the hardwood floors, which definitely needed to be repaired. Anyway, this property was listed for $1,050,000 and it sold for exactly that, $1,050,000. I would say that anytime you can get a 2.5-story detached 27-foot lot, 125-foot deep with parking for $1 million and change, I think you're doing really, really well, so good on them. Last week, I also talked about a property in High Park North on Evelyn, 275 Evelyn. I liked this property a lot because it had the skating rink in the back. I thought it was really nicely done. Apparently, I'm not alone. This property was listed at $1,099,000. It received multiple offers, sold 2 days on the market for $1,350,000. So that's $251,000 over list. Congratulations to those sellers. Very nice property, and I'm glad to see you got your money out of all those investments you put into it. 4 properties still hanging on the market from last week. 84 Indian Road I talked to you about. It's a 2.5-story semi-detached just north of Garden Street. Needs a bunch of work. They're looking at offers today. I'm told that 2 are already registered. Probably will receive as many as 6 offers. That'll be interesting to see what that fixer-upper goes for. It's listed $699 if you recall. I think it'll probably settle somewhere in the $750,000 to $800,000 range. 695 Indian Road is a 2.5-story detached on a 33 by 90 foot lot. It's up by Glen Lake. This is a nice property, needs a little bit of work. It's listed for $799,900, mainly because it's so far north, I think. But a nice property at a good, reasonable price. I would think that thing will move fairly quickly. Last week I talked about 170 Indian Road Crescent. This is a legal duplex with no parking, listed at $849,000. That is between Glen Lake and Humberside. That's still on the market. The bugaboo there, of course, is the no parking, but I'm sure somebody will come along and look for that owner-occupied, rent out the other unit, and snap that up fairly quickly. The 46 Fermanagh, that property there, which kind of has done a yo-yo on their pricing, is still listed $942,500. You recall that's the 2-story row house, 15 feet wide, listed for $942,500, and that's why it's still on the market. Hope everybody has a great long weekend. I will get back to you next week. There'll be a flood of new activity coming out on Tuesday and Wednesday, and I'll bring it to you here on the roncyreport.com. My name is Monte Burris from the WB Group, and I'm a High Park Roncesvalles specialist. I hope you all have a great weekend, and the Easter Bunny's good to you. Take care.